Hot on the heels of the confirmation that Xbox now officially owns Bethesda, and right after almost every title in the company's catalogue hit Xbox Game Pass, Microsoft has announced 5 of those games are getting a major upgrade thanks to the new FPS boost mode. FPS means frames per second and is how smoothly the game is rendered on screen, showing you how many frames you can see rendered per second. Xbox Series X and Series S consoles recently had an update which enabled the FPS boost mode option for games that support it. And right away, 5 of those Bethesda titles that hit Game Pass have been updated to support it. Starting with The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim Special Edition, more commonly referred to simply as Skyrim. Prior to the boost, the game ran at around 30 FPS, which is fine, but given the power of the console it's running on, and the fact that Skyrim originally came out 2 generations ago on the Xbox 360 back in 2011, you'd be forgiven perhaps for hoping for more, and thanks to FPS Boost, it can now push up to nearly 60 frames per second, giving a more modern rendering on screen thanks to that doubled frame rate boost. Skyrim Special Edition is so called because it includes all of the game add-ons and has remastered art and effects, volumetric god rays, and more, allowing for mods to be used on the console version as well. Likewise, Dishonored Definitive Edition also includes enhancements as well as all of the additional content like the Dunwall City Trials, the Knife of Dunwall, and the Brigmore Witches, and again benefits from a nearly doubled frame rate up to 60 FPS. 2017's Prey, from the same developer as Dishonored, is the 3rd game on the list to get the frame rate increase from 30 to nearly 60, while Fallout 4 and Fallout 76 are the other 2 games rounding out the 5. Microsoft says that more is coming in the future, but also that the 2 Fallout titles have a resolution reduction to allow the smoother frame rate, so it's a slight trade-off in that respect. It's important to note as well that this FPS boost mode is not turned on by default, and you need to switch it on for each individual title. So make sure your Xbox is fully up to date with the latest March console firmware and head to the Manage Games section for any of these 5 titles. There you should see a new menu called Compatibility Options, which allows you to turn on FPS boost mode and also the new Auto HDR function as well. If you hit the guide button while playing any of these titles, you can also see in the top right corner if they're turned on or not. For more on all things Xbox and everything else in gaming, head to nme.com.